Hey guys, Ryu here, welcome back, and in this video we're gonna be working on this top bracket here, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the elements of this piece to create this bracket. We're gonna grab this bit here with Control and Shift D and then P and Selection. And grab this thing in object mode, and then we're going to go to edit mode, select everything and EZ, right? All the way down here is fine. And then select everything and we're going to extrude it. So E, Y, and extrude it here, okay? Now we don't need these edges here, so we're going to, remove them. Press F here with Control, press F. And this one can be flat, okay? So we can grab them, right? And then make sure that you have your pivot point set to individual regions and SY0, which will flatten this face here. Press F and you're good to go, okay? So you got a piece that actually fits perfectly, this element here, okay? The same thing we're gonna do here. So click, Control click, Shift D, right mouse button, P, selection, object mode, select this bit here, A to select everything, E, Z, go down, face mode, select everything, EY, and extrude it, right? Here, and F, and then here, and F, and then here, and SY0, and F. Perfect. So we got these two shapes. And now we need to make sure that they, kind of even. So we're going to align them, all right, to this edge. So GZ and move it up here, okay? And then we're gonna grab this one, face mode, select the face, side view orthographic, and GY and 0, okay? So with both of them, of these pieces on the same level, we can actually have a bit of fun. Now this one could be a little bit higher, so we could go here, GZ, and move it somewhere here. And then we could actually make this one a bit shorter, GY. Maybe that's short, and then we can move this one up. So let's just remove all these vertices. Now, the easiest way to remove the vertices, you can use clean up with mesh machine just by pressing 3. They're gonna all disappear. Side view here and GZ, and move it up a bit here. And maybe it's still too close, too far away, so move it closer. Somewhere here is okay, something like that. So now here the same situation, we got these dots, the verts here, we need to clean them, so press 3 to clean them, Control R to drop a loop. Now the problem here with a loop is going to be that we cannot run the loop through because we have end gun, right? There's a lot of verts here and the loop is not going to go through, so we're going to use a knife instead, okay? So press K, C, and let's just cut it here like this. Press A for straight knife, go through, click and space, right, to go through. And then we're gonna grab this one and Control B to split it, right? Grab this face here and move it up, GZ, and move it up here. And then we're gonna grab this edge and move it closer, GY, and move it closer here, okay? Now we can, remove these, press F, remove these, press F, and then remove these, press F, right? And we're good. Press 3 to clean it, and perfect. This edge could be a little bit higher, so GZ and move it higher, kind of like that, something like this, and we're good to go. Now let's let's apply scale, and then let's apply scale. Let's go here and create a bevel. So Control B, and in fact we can actually move it a little bit higher here, kind of like this, and then Control B and introduce a bevel, maybe I would say, I don't know, 8 segments, kind of like that. This would, I think, do. Maybe even closer here, kind of like this. There you go. And this one could be also beveled, so grab that and, bevel it. So, kind of bevel this. I'm thinking that maybe slashing this here would be a good idea. So let's grab a cube. Let's move it somewhere here. And let's move it up and scale it. It's actually too big. And squash it a bit and move it somewhere here. And I want to kind of cut it like this, you know, kind of like that, okay? Control A, apply scale, right click, shade smooth, and auto smooth. Shift click here and control minus. And then we're gonna, you know, sort of drop it to the other side, right? That is actually really interesting. I wonder what it is. Shade smooth and auto smooth. Hang on a second, let me see this. Oh, right, we have modifiers here. Oh, see the problem. We need to move it above here. There we go. I forgot that this is from this part here. So we don't even have to add mirror because the mirror is already there, so it's great. So I want to move this cutter a little bit forward so this edge here doesn't fall on the bevel because it's going to be a bit problematic. So, you know, do something like this. And I think it's going to be cool. All right. We could even rotate it a bit more like that. So it's a bit more, you know, a bit more crisp. Yeah. This is cool. I'm happy with this. M and cutters. Let's grab a new cube and move it in here. And let's just make it larger on X, and then grab this face and GY and move it in here. Select everything and move it somewhere here. Okay, and then drop it down a bit, GZ, right? And then grab this edge and drop it down, GZ, and move it down here. So they kind of align. It's important to have, you know, sort of like edges and angles being echoed. It's really important. Just adds a bit of consistency to the design. Select these all of these loops with Control Alt. So it's gonna select all of them. The side view, and you know, I would say 6 segments is enough. Don't go more than that. And you know, right click, shade smooth, and auto smooth. Right, shift click here and Control minus. Select that. Go to modifiers and move this above. Let's collapse all of these. Right. And move it up. Cutters. Now here you can see that this angle here is not catching, so we can do 2 things. We can either apply this boolean here, right? So let's just apply this, okay? And we could run a sort of beveled edge here like this, and this is going to solve our problem. It's going to nicely curve in, and I think I like that. This is pretty cool. So we keep that. And we're going to apply this boolean, right? And going to go to edit mode, select this loop here around, okay? And Control B that, and, you know, sort of chamfer it. And then we're going to select this one in the middle, okay? This entire bit here, okay? Go to side view orthographic, just make sure you're on orthographic view. And we're going to scale it in like this, okay? Scale it in, right? Boom. And then we're going to move it on y-axis to create this kind of a shape, which is really cool, right? Awesome. And now we have 2 choices, okay? We can either run the bevel weight here on this edge, because you can see that if I click here, go to select and select sharps, right? In edge mode. So you see this bit here is not going to be selected because the angle is below 30 degrees. It's just simply not as sharp as 30 degrees. So bevel will not catch it. Or we could select that, and what we could do, we could run a manual bevel on top of it. The only problem with this one is that this is going to be baked. So once you do that, you know, you can't really undo that. But it's okay, you know. We can run kind of like a fluffy bevel here, sort of like a soft, you know, soft bevel, all right? Something like this. And I think it looks pretty cool. Now, if you want to ease this transition here, it's just the angle that's the problem here, right? What we could do, we could run loops here to kind of, you know, support it a little bit better, like this. So with Control R, run a few loops there and there. And this should actually help with this angle over there a little bit, okay? So now I'm going to run this bevel. You see, it's going to help a little bit. But again, you know, without loop slide, it's going to be a bit touch and go. So turn on loop slide here and you're going to be fine. And this is a little bit more manageable, you know, a little bit better. But it kind of, you know, feels like you can grip this and, you know, and hold it. So, you know, it looks a bit better. Okay, cool. Now here, what we could do is also run another bevel here, right, around this shape. The only problem is if I do that, I will be needing to run bevel on top of this as well, okay? And the problem here is you can see that we have this this kind of situation here. So we could technically remove this, you know, we could remove these edges, so dissolve them, and we could dissolve this edge, right? We could dissolve this edge and these two, right? Dissolve them and grab this, this and this, and simply, you know, run a bevel here too. That kind of matches this top bit, and it looks a little bit kind of like, you know, more of a, like a handle that you can grab and you're not gonna hurt yourself, which is kind of cool. Same here, we could do the same thing. So grab these two and sort of, you know, just bevel it like that, and there you go. That will do. Okay, cool. So with this done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce a cylinder. So we're gonna introduce a cylinder. The previous cylinder was 24 segments. Remember, we were using these and with 24 segments. We want more. We want probably around 40. Okay, so change it to 40 and bring it here. Let's shade it smooth and auto smooth before we forget. RY90, right? And just get it up and a bit more. And move it somewhere here. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. I like that. SY and scale it in. Select these two faces with Shift, Control B, and let's just, you know, let's just chamfer it, right? And we can copy the bevel from here, from the wheel. So Control C and copy modifiers, right? And there you go. Let's just grab that, inset it. In fact, we can do it on both sides. Inset it, right? Just a little bit. And then E, cancel with the right mouse button, Alt S, hold Shift, and move your mouse down. Okay. And then we're going to Shift D, right? Right click to cancel, P and selection. Go to object mode, select this. Go to face mode, A to select everything, E, okay, cancel, Alt S, and then move your mouse the other way, so up. And this will do. And we're gonna make it a little bit smaller. I'm gonna get these two circles here, and we're gonna cut them, okay? So grab a cube. In fact, we could create a tiny chamfer here too, you know, on both sides, okay? So Alt click and Shift Alt click, and just a tiny chamfer. Not as big as the one outside, just a little bit smaller, okay? So there's a difference, right? But it's a clear, you know, sort of like a cut here, which will help us to read the shape a bit better. Grab this one. We could actually click on this shape here, Shift S, and move cursor to selected, and then move this cube to cursor, okay? This is going to ensure that it's in the middle. Then we're going to scale it up, GZ, move it up, and then GX, move it out here, and SZ, and scale it. And then we're going to right click, shade smooth, auto smooth, shift click, and control minus. And then we're going to select that. And we need to move the bolt on top of everything. Boom. And then we can move this around cursor, okay? So select this cutter, right? R, and you can rotate around the cursor. You can drop it somewhere here, okay? Cool. What the hell is this? Oh, this one is coming out from underneath. That's not good. Okay, let's move it the other way. So somewhere here. There you go. And we need to mirror this. So, you know, mirror. And across this one, and wait a minute. Y-axis. Hang on a second. Oh, it's Z-axis. Z-axis, there you go. It's rotated, so it's a bit confusing. M and cutter. Now this could be cut straight here too. So what we could do is grab a cube, right? And move it somewhere here. Right click, shade smooth, and auto smooth. You know, and then change here to individual origins, right? Scale it, rotate it, holding control or not, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. If you want to have a kind of like a, you know, uniform angle, hold control, shift click and control minus. So this, you know, is going to be just flush against the surface over there. And cutters, right? Peachy. Here, let's apply that. So let's move this bool tool to the top and apply it. And we could grab these two edges and actually run either chamfer or a bevel. Let's see which one is going to look better. That's a good question. I think bevel is better. So let's go with a bevel. This is it, guys. And now we're gonna, in the next video, we're going to be working on this arm here and moving forward. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.